Welcome back to Exceptional Talk with Dr. Clark. Tonight, guys, we have a phenomenal couple. I call them our power couple, Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Kate Thurman. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello. Great, I'm doing great. So before we get started, guys, I do want you all to see this quick video that will tell you a lot about them and a lot about their accomplishment. This is only a small smidgen of what they are about. So sit back and listen.
Angelically Blessed is a nonprofit organization that's designed to impact families that are facing the devastating effects of impending homelessness. In addition to its efforts to provide resources to struggling families and individuals in need, it provides initiatives that advocate for individuals who are grappling in silence from various forms of abuse. Since its inception in 2023, Christopher and Kate Thurman, CEO, founder, and co-founder of Angelically Blessed, have been working relentlessly to positively impact families and individuals, as well as hosting community impact events to educate, inform, and inspire others to partner with Angelically Blessed to touch the lives of the vulnerable among us. Connect with Angelically Blessed today by email angelicallyblessed0801@gmail.com today.
All right, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me talk a little bit about you two. We're going to start with Kate. Kate is a dynamic and versatile creative professional, recognized as an international author, TV producer, and licensed mortgage loan originator across all 50 states. She's co-founded the Angelically Blessed nonprofit organization and is the visionary behind the faithsafehaven women's ministry. Kate has collaborated with industry icons like Robert Townsend and J.J. Fox Hatch, reflecting her journey marked by artistic excellence. Alongside her husband, she produces Graceful Gatherings TV with the Thurmans, which features uplifting content, beginning her creative journey, singing in the choir at a young age. Kate's dedication to creativity and community continues to shine. Chris Thurman is the TV producer of Graceful Gatherings TV with the Thurmans alongside his wife, Kate. He co-founded and serves as the CEO of Angelically Blessed Incorporated. That was a mouthful. Chris is also the CEO of CKT Logistics and the founder of Faith Safe Haven's men's ministry. He is a dedicated husband and a proud father of 5. Wow, you all are busy, busy, busy. So, Kate, we're going to start with you before we go on to Chris. What inspired you with Faith Safe Haven?
Faith Safe Haven was a dream. Well, God placed it in my belly at 2 in the morning to do this. I woke up, I remember patting on Chris, and I was like, babe. He said, what? Yes, baby, yes. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And I explained everything in the dream that God gave to me. And I called everyone that he told me was supposed to be a part to help get it started. And we went from there. And so Faith Safe Haven was inspired, I think, for me, my life. It's a lot about my life and what I went through. And it's to empower women to help them get past the things they've been through. You know, I started out with She Said Yes to Herself Unapologetically anthology with Chanel Coleman Wesley, who is the visionary. And one phone call with her, it changed my life. And I'm truly internally grateful with that. You know, I was able to speak out and tell my story and tell my truth. And I have been encouraged ever since to help women who grapple in silence from sexual assault, domestic violence, any kind of mental illness, even financial strength, being a single mom, whatever the situation, being going through a divorce, all of that was a part of my journey. The infertility that I have in my life, I've had, so all of that was a journey. And a lot of people grapple in silence from all of that, infertility, sexual assault, all of that. It's a real thing. And once you break your silence, I think that starts your healing journey. But you don't have to break your silence and tell everyone. So we focus on helping people who grapple in silence, but not saying that you have to go and do it this way or that way. There's no right or wrong way. Just letting you know that even if you just write it down, put it on a piece of paper, if that is what you need to do, even if you never publish it, but if that's what you need to do to help you get to the next level in your life, that's what Faith Safe Haven Women's Ministry is here for.
Awesome. Awesome. And I do like hearing how you are able to help others. That is so important. And you are absolutely right. There are not just women, but men as well that suffer in silence. So not only do you have a nonprofit that is helping the women, but also, Chris, tell me a little bit about yours too.
Well, the Faith Safe Haven Men, is a spinoff of the women's. My my beautiful wife over here said that there's men that's going through stuff like that, and I agreed with her. So we came together and came up with the men's, and it's basically the same thing as the women, but a little bit more
Geared to the males.
geared to the males, and it's going about a different way. Yeah.
Absolutely, because when we talk about the role that a man plays, it's totally
Yeah.
different than a role that a woman plays. And then, of course, the exposure is totally different too. We as women are exposed, more ways than one. Even from a child on up, we're exposed. And then women now are exposing themselves, which that program can also help them to understand about self-love and self-respect. And that's what I like about it, because it's not only talking about or helping people with where you've gone and what you've gone through, but where you are now. Great job. You all keep up the good work. So, Kate, there's some exciting things that you got going on, and I won't just say Kate. I'm going to say both of you, because I call you all a power couple because you both thrive. I've not seen one without the other with support. And that is important, because that too can show people that are married how it is, how it should be and how it works. So tell me some of the things that you have coming up. And I want you to talk a little bit about the book. You talked about it, you mentioned it earlier, but before you go on to tell me about a lot of things that you got going on, talk about your book, because that book was very, very personal to you. This book will allow you yourself to speak your truth and speak your voice and let it be heard. And I agree with you that no one has a certain way in which they need to release.
Right.
We all grieve differently. We all, respond to things differently. They can simply, like you said, write it down, take it somewhere and burn it, however they need to do it to release their feelings and give them a new way of being able to accept what's going on and move forward. So talk about your book.
So in the She Said Yes to Herself Unapologetically anthology, of course, it's an empowerment guide with 31 amazing authors, and it's a lot of amazing stories in there. But my story is called Walking in My True Divine Purpose. And it touched on the sexual assault that I went through, being a child of rape. My mama was 14, and I kept that inside, that I overheard her at the age 5, on the telephone when she was I think at that moment that was her releasing and finally opening up to someone that she trusted at that time. But I was fine. And I heard her on a conversation. You know how they say don't, stop eavesdrop, start a grown folks' business. That was the type of situation it was. I was in grown folks' business.
Right.
But it stayed with me for the next, 38, 39 years until I let her know what I overheard right before I got ready to do that. Because at first I wanted to only talk about the good things, the fact that I was married to the one that I'm supposed to be with. I'm in love, I'm happy. But it was, how are you going to empower and impact other people's lives and let them know it's okay? Until I went to church the next day. And I remember my apostle saying at the time, sometimes people will have you thinking that you can't do anything unless it's what they say. And at that time I was going through things in my mind, feeling like I can't do things unless it's someone else, I have to be under someone else, or no. And so when that changed for me, the very next day, I remember going and talking to Chanel, because I'm not a public speaker like that. I used to write stories. That's how I got connected with Robert Townsend. He came down and when I was younger. And so that's how I got connected. I would write plays. But with this particular chapter in this anthology, it helped me unleash what was inside me about the being a child of rape, about the infertility, and letting everybody know that, because though that's where I started, that's not where I ended.
Absolutely.
So I may have started there, the crying and the praying and feeling like I was, not enough for the world. No one wanted to hear what I had to say. So though I started there, I didn't end there. From that, I have we have grown tremendously. I'm on this interview with you. That speaks to volumes for
Correct.
me.
And you have been doing some public speaking since then. Awesome. So I'm going to ask you a little more, and this question is going to be a little personal. And if you think it's too personal, you do not have to answer. You said that at the age of 5, you hurt your mom, but you also experienced it at what age?
I think my first one was maybe 6 or 7. I want to say, and sometimes I still have dreams and visions about events, even to this day, that I have never spoken with or to anyone about. But I was just that young when I experienced it. But in my mind, I was like, yeah, this not gonna happen to me. So when but it was one day I did go over and I did went to a friend of my mom's house, and she was babysitting, and then it happened to me, and it was devastating. And so I remember saying, yeah, no, this is not gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do this.
And you
So
would be surprised how many women are walking around that are a product of rape, molestation, and it goes on, but they do remain quiet because they feel ashamed. They feel that in some way they contributed to whatever happened to them. Then that's when the guilt starts to set in, But it was interesting to hear you say that at the age of 5, you heard your mom go through something that you had not yet even experienced. And then once you did experience it, how did you feel?
that's when I said that I knew it wasn't right. So in my mind, I became a protector. I think at a young age, I became a protector. So when I started to see it start happening to my siblings at the age 10, it was like, yeah, no. So then you put on this armor and you start fighting. So I didn't mind fighting whoever, whether it's family, friends, or whoever. If I felt like you were doing something to attack one of my siblings, I'm gonna stand up to you. I'm going to, but I was a child, and that robs you of your childhood.
Yes, but it also empowered you
It
because
did.
by you hearing your mom and now you became a protector of your siblings, it empowered you to stand up to to the ones that were doing it. And that's awesome. And a child. You know, most often the predators have a tendency to put fear or provoke fear into that child. So that child will never speak of what they've experienced, and maybe until they become of age or get, you know, at a certain age and start to deal with it. But I'm so proud of you for doing that, because now you can let women know that it is okay. It is okay for you to say what has happened to you. Like you said, you don't have this, however you want to release it, but it makes you move to the next level. And I see that it has opened up so much for you. And it's awesome. And I just have to commend you, Chris, because a husband knowing of what his wife has gone through, and to stand by her, and even in her truth, that had to be hard for you as well.
It's sometimes challenging, but
Awesome. And now that'll give you an opportunity to speak with the men, to let men know, you know, the things that they've done, because you're going to encounter the opposite end of it. You're going to encounter people that have gone through it and have been the perpetrators. So you got a job for you, sir.
yeah.
Well, good luck. I say God bless, Godspeed. Yeah.
All praise.
All right. So we got that was good, but it's a little on the sad side. But it's also was joyful because you came through it. So now let's talk a little bit about what you got going on. Okay, you are nominee of the year. Talk a little bit about that. Whoop whoop. Yeah.
Yeah, so JJ Fox Hatch is a very, very good friend of mine. Actually, she's actually one of our coaches. Behind the scenes, she's icon. She's very, very, you know, she's just a wonderful being. And she has a conference every year. It's a huge, huge, huge deal. And this year, I don't know who nominated me, but I'm nominated as a Sister of the Year for the conference. It's international, it's gonna be internationally, it's gonna be everywhere, it's gonna be huge, and I am one of the nominees for the event. So
Awesome.
woo.
I whoop whoop with you, honey. Yes. Awesome. All right, right. So not only have you been nominated, there are so many other things, Kate, that this year alone, even after me meeting you, that has been happening to you. It's just like I wake up, I look at my phone, and you got something else going on. And I say to her, I was like, oh my God, girl, where do you find the time to do all of this stuff that you do? Do you ever sleep?
Barely. That's my job.
Yes, I can imagine, because like I said, every time I look at my phone, you got something new. So talk a little bit about what you got coming up, because we definitely do want our viewers to know and to be able to be a part of this, because guys, let me tell you, once you come to the women conference or women luncheon, you're going to want to continue to come to them, because what it does, it not only empowers you, it gives you that information of resources of how you can move forward in your life, regardless to what it is that you're dealing with. And that is so important, because they talk about from financing down to like she said, divorces, even parenting, whatever you're going through, they got it. Okay. So please tell us a little bit about where it's going to be taking place, and so my viewers can know how they're going to be able to get in contact with you, how they're going to be able to get their tickets, because we definitely want you guys to get plenty of tickets so we can have more of these conferences and luncheons.
Yes. So on June 8th, Chris and I are going to be going home. So Angelically is the founding company for our nonprofit. Faith Safe Haven, both men and women are underneath. So we decided we're going to first give back, and we're gonna have the luncheon. So the luncheon is going to be in Demopolis, Alabama, at the Jones Recreational Center, and it's going to be from 12 to 3. We're going to have dynamic speakers with yours truly,
Yeah,
Dr. Clark.
keynote speaker. Thank you.
Keynote speaker.
Yes.
This is our second one. She was actually a speaker. You was a speaker at the first one. This time she is a keynote speaker for this one.
I'm looking forward to every year. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Every year.
I know we gotta let somebody else, but hey, I'm here, you know.
I got you. Thank you. So we have a couple of speakers. We have, of course, the keynote speaker, Dr. Clark. And we have a few others. We have Angela Hatworth. We have Minister Michelle, and we have Tanika, who's going to be traveling down from Birmingham, Alabama. So we have people from, different states coming down to support us. So we're going to talk about the, overcoming abuse. We're going to talk about, and we're going to encourage women to not stay in what you've been through, because I believe, and my motto is, you are not what you've been through.
That's it. You do not have to stay in a rut.
No, and I know God has been, the Holy Spirit places in my spirit. God has placed it in my spirit for years, because before I knew anything about Faith Safe Haven or any dream, I had one of my boss, he told me, I would tell him my story, and I remember he said, you don't look like what you've been through. You always come in, you're smiling, you work extra hard. And I remember talking to my kids, my niece and nephews, raised them when my sister died. But they also went through it. And I remember telling them, don't let that be your defining point in your life. Just don't. There are so many different things. You overcome that, and you show whoever did that to you, what you have become.
That's right. That power from them.
Yes. Absolutely. And so that's what we're going to do in Alabama. We're taking it back home, not because that's where it happened to me, but because I want, everyone in the town to see what I've done. What from all of the abuse, from being, picked on in school and punched in the stomach every day, just different things that I've been through. Look what I've done.
Yes.
And then, Angelically, later on that day, we're doing a give back. Of course, we're going to give back to the community. So we have Theo Radley Center. We contacted them for them to, and they're actually sponsoring the event center for us to be able to do this.
Right. So if there are people that would like to donate, how can they get in contact, and who do they need to get in contact to make donations?
They can send donations to our Cash App, Faith Safe Haven, or then we have our Gmail, our Angelically 0811@gmail.com, and we will send you a link. Also, we have tickets at the door, and if you want to purchase an advance spot, you can send the money to Faith Safe Haven, or you can contact us at Angelically@gmail, and Angelically0811@gmail.com. We have so many emails. Yeah. It's a struggle keeping up.
Tickets so that our viewers will know.
I'll see, the tickets are only $10. We took the ticket down because this is more our empowerment lunches, and really we asked for donations. So, we actually prefer donations of any kind, so we can help the families that we do. We're traveling all over the world. Our goal, we have so many things in the making, I can't tell you just yet.
I'll wake up in the morning, guys, and she'll have something else.
Yeah, we're working on a whole lot behind the scenes where we're trying to go across the world, and Angelically is global.
Absolutely, and it is needed. It's definitely needed. Okay, so guys, you heard it here. Please donate, buy tickets, tell your friends, tell your neighbor, shout it out, because when you find that this couple right here, that everything they do is service. It is in their fiber of their being. They know nothing else other than to serve others. I sometimes have to be concerned because they need some self-care as well. But they love truly giving back to others. So thank you, Kate. Thank you, Chris. I love you too. I am excited to see more and more of what you guys are going to be doing. Kate sent me an email. When she sent me, no, actually a text message with the commercial, I was in tears. I had to let her know. I said, girl, I just cannot understand, where do you get all the time?
It's a female.
Because she's always helping others, guys. And I am so happy because I call her my angel. And she's just taking me under her wing, opposed to her being under mine. You know, you never know. So just stay close to God. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat them with respect. And if you love them, God will open doors for you that you will never ever believe. So, Kate, you all, thank you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you all on June 8th. And I'm getting my speech together as we speak. So, welcome back, guys, to Exceptional Talk with Dr. Clark. See you.
Bye.
Bye.